And now on to our 10th bout of the evening. Please welcome, making his way to the NFA cage, Dan Herina.
So we got Dan Herina coming to the cage. He's always looking to put on a show.
Yes, sir.
He has fun with it. He likes to have fun with it online, hype it up.
Oh, yeah.
The last few fights, he's been really looking at himself as an underdog here, and that kind of gives him that chip on his shoulder. So he trains out of St. Charles MMA West, and he's got a good amount of experience over Noah. He's listed at 5-2. Says he's going to use his experience to fight smart, set up and use his power to gain respect from his younger opponent, push the pace and pressure him the whole fight. Now, when Dan does not mind getting in a phone booth and slugging it out. And Jackson, you've got to train with him a bit?
I have trained with Dan a bit. You are exactly right.
So
that guy does not care about getting in a phone booth.
So it's safe to say you're going to be a little biased for this one, probably.
You know, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to be a fair commentator, but you know what? I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate the honesty.
Of course.
So. Oh yeah, Dan, he dyed his hair for this fight. He went with the cardinal red.
And now his opponent making his way to the red corner, Noah Zahn.
All right, Noah Zahn from Madhouse MMA and Hannibal Boxing Club. Tall, young, lanky, long. He's almost got a body type similar to you, Jackson, but he's a lot more inexperienced than you. But he did qualify for high school wrestling for state 3 times here, it says. Also, he's one of these young guys that if he just stays in there and gets these experiences against an older guy like here that's got this experience, you grow from it. So I'm excited to see what he does. I have worked with him personally. He had a pretty deceptive jab into a hook setup back then, and he could bring a knee straight up to your chin real quick with that height. So I'll be interested to see how he's going to use his range here against Dan, who's going to be trying to get inside of that.
So you talked about the wrestling. But he's been working on his hands a lot, obviously.
Yep, no wrestling in this fight. We see a shot, something went wrong.
Well, we talk about sometimes, like Kendall, we talk about sometimes we like to see those wrestlers take a kickboxing fight for the experience and force them to use their striking.
Well, and they're mentally tough. Wrestlers are the most mentally tough athletes you'll find out there. Especially, that's the toughest sport as a kid to grow up with.
Absolutely, the grind of wrestling is just brutal.
You always know you're in for a fight when you fight a wrestler.
Absolutely.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in an NFA K1 kickboxing bout brought to you tonight by Crunk Energy Drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, this kickboxer stands 6'1", weight in 213.3 pounds. He holds an amateur K1 record, 5 wins, 2 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA West and fighting out of O'Fallon, Missouri, Dan the Outsider Herina. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is an American kickboxer standing 6'4", weight in 213.1 pounds. He holds an amateur K1 record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing Madhouse MMA and fighting out of Hannibal, Missouri, Noah Zahn. Your referee, Dwayne Bess.
So Noah Zahn rocking the leg sleeve. That should help.
I'm excited for this one. This one could be fireworks.
I think so.
Dan just looks like a fighter. Throwing the kicks.
This is what Dan wants to do. Back him up, pin him against the cage here.
Get him in that phone booth that we're talking about.
Well, and usually righty lefty, you got power on power.
Yep, it comes down to the foot position battle. Whoever's winning the foot position has the power advantage. Right now, it's Dan.
Noah's backing up quite a bit. You do not want to do that in a kickboxing fight.
Nice, good body kick from Noah.
That was good.
So anytime Dan wins that foot position battle as a southpaw, that uppercut, that 2 is going to land with power.
So Dan came out kind of aggressive. He's pulling it back a little bit. Oh, that looked right up the pipe almost.
Potentially has 2 more rounds on top of it.
Good inside leg kick there. Good left. Oh, there we go.
Good hook.
Very nice.
That's that feint he's got. It's very subtle until you stand in front of him, where it looks like it's a straight coming and it's a hook. You can see it coming on tape, but to stand in front of it's different.
Well, and before the fight, Dan gave a lot of respect to Noah, saying he knows he's a tough young kid.
There's the mismatch lead problem of kicks to the groin.
Every time.
I thought there was one earlier that was pretty close. That's why but he didn't act like it hit him.
Yeah, Den didn't flinch. So.
That one definitely did. Yeah, he's on his knees praying.
Is that a welt on his side?
Yep, that looks like a welt.
Yeah, underneath his arm.
Yep.
Wow. Ooh. That's pretty nasty.
That is. That's a whole foot right there. Well, again, usually when we see these, like we talked about earlier, sometimes if you have an adrenaline dump when you come out and you get a little break, it sometimes can help you.
Yes.
Not as much for Dan right now because he's hurting and he has the experience. So.
Oh man.
He's in a lot of pain.
It's a good kick.
I say he does have a diamond in, doesn't he? Hopefully.
Them are the best, though.
Best in the business.
Think so. Yeah, I think so. My game, the whole, like, especially in trainings, you usually get hit there quite a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely changed when I switched to a diamond. Yeah, Dan's still hunched over. He gets 5 minutes. He doesn't have to take the whole 5 minutes, but it looks like he might. It looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Man. Blowing the action. They're just getting started. Boom, it has to stop. We hate to see that.
Well, again, it benefits Noah for more reasons than one. He didn't get hit in the groin, for one. And for two, he is the younger fighter. It gives him a chance maybe if there was a dump or some nerves to calm down.
Very true.
He's just chilling on the cage right now.
Well, and there's some groin strikes that hurt, and then there's some that hurt to the point you want to throw up.
Can't breathe, right? Yeah, when it goes through your body.
Oof. Well, and some people think what he's doing is the best. Some people think getting up and walking kind of helps shake it loose again.
Yeah, I would do little jumps. But I don't know. I don't think anything really helps.
But Dan also has a broken toe.
Yes.
That was the reason for the catch weight fight.
Correct, yeah,
he
that's
still
why.
wanted to fight and said that, the cardio needed for it would be harder, but.
Yeah, it's hard to cut weight when you can't walk.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a bike and all that stuff, but
yeah, and they didn't come down.
What was it? 10 pounds? Who cares?
You're right. And I was gonna say they didn't come in too heavy. Yeah, it was just 10
These
pounds.
guys are both some big boys. They're ready to.
They are.
Yeah, they're
good
same
for
size
Dan. I'm glad he was able to recover.
Nice.
Oh, he's coming out
coming
mad.
out guns
He's
blazing.
coming out mad. I don't blame him.
Noah trying to use that teep. Really good way to maintain range, especially as a longer fighter.
Well, Jax, you talked about earlier, Dan likes to bang.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Good land.
And he loves taking on guys that people think he's an underdog.
Yeah, he likes to challenge. He likes to challenge himself. He's a real fighter, and like I said, he looks like one.
Yeah, he likes to. He definitely likes that underdog mentality for sure.
He's the guy you see in an alley. You're kind of like, maybe I'll take the street.
Exactly.
He looks like he can fix everything in your house.
Right. Classic handyman.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you got Noah, who's just clean cut, young face.
Interesting first round there. It was a foul, but not one where they took a point away.
Right.
Kind of took the air out of that one.
Yep.
At first, I mean, Dan was kind of stalking him, and he took that kick along the side and left that welt, and then it kind of changed. And Noah was starting to look to score a little bit more, and then that groin shot hit. So I'm having a hard time scoring that one because it was pretty even.
I was with you. I was leaning Dan, but then I was also realized I kind of forgot the first half of the round because we had that break. Yep. I don't exactly remember other than obviously the kick because we saw the markings. But I was about to say I had to give Dan that round, and then I paused for a second. I was like, I don't remember the first half of the round.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, the groin shot was the big part of it, for sure. Many good shots, both the guys.
Much different kickboxing match than the last one we had.
Absolutely. These guys are throwing with some intent.
Yeah, these guys are trying to hurt each other. The other guys look like they're point fighting.
Dan looks somewhat recovered, though.
Yeah, he does. Yep. And here he comes.
Yep, coming right back
He
at
loves
him.
that, too, to that switch kick.
Yeah. Dan really likes to blitz. That's a big thing he likes.
They look like a shin on shin. Those never feel good.
Nope.
Nobody wins that battle.
Nope.
Ooh, nice body shot. Sounded good, at least. But we also know sometimes it's the ones you don't hear that hurt the most.
Went low high. See, he set that 2 up to the body off that last one.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Dan pressing up against the cage again.
Dan just stalks, too. Dan puts his hands down and just walks at you. That can be intimidating.
Noah's now starting to bully the bully a little bit.
They don't go
here.
away and you're doing that. That can take a lot of your gas tank out.
Landing hard shots.
Nice counter back.
I will say Dan hits hard.
Noah
Looking
softball
like
that one.
Noah's landing some solid punches here.
Oh, liver.
Drops him down the liver
Liver.
shot.
Them body shots, man. You got to feel one to know.
He said he's. Oh, he say he's done.
He's done.
No. He just is saying he's okay. Nope, he's out. Yep, that liver shot. So folks at home, when you get hit in the liver, sometimes it shuts your whole body down.
Debilitating.
It's brutal. And if you try to come back for it, sometimes you could take like a little flick and you drop back down. So we'll see a replay of that.
And once it's touched, it's soft all over.
Oh,
wow.
clean.
That's one of those that it
Perfect
didn't
shot.
matter if it was Dan or anybody else.
No.
Like when those land like that, especially if you caught him breathing.
Noah knew it too. He hit.
That was a big dig.
And then Noah seen him go down, just walked off like, yeah, that felt good.
That was a good setup and shot there by Noah.
That's one of those when you hit it, vibrates your arm, you're like, yep.
Well, the silver lining for Dan is that's not something you're going to be out for a while. You know, he'll be fine tonight, tomorrow.
Yep. Did a good job pressing up against the cage, stalking him down. Sometimes just get caught with some body shot.
Well, and holding his composure, as we talked about, Dan looked like a horror film creature coming down with his hands down, walking right at him.
Look at the welts on Dan from what he was hit with.
Yeah, man. No, so that's, again, like I was talking about, like Dan sounded like he was hitting hard, but clearly Noah was, because those bruises, and sometimes it's the ones you don't hear that hurt the most.
Both guys hit hard. Both guys are game.
You said it, big boys.
Exactly,
You
big
said
boys.
So good sportsmanship there. I love seeing that stuff. We'll get the mic for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Dwayne Best, calls a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 2 seconds into the second round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Noah Zahn.